Clearly a portkey.
Portkey?
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
I'm feeling better, sir. If you'd like to look around a bit.
I would. But stay close. We've no idea who created this portkey. Or why.
How far did that portkey take us?
Farther from London than the carriage travelled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
Sir, those ruins. Do you think...
The portkey was meant to lead us there? I do. This has not been the day either of us expected. But Miriam sent that portkey to George for a reason. And I believe that she, and now George, died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right, and wouldn't mind indulging me, I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be. Mind your step.
Where do you suppose your wife got the portkey that brought us here?
A good question. Miriam spent years searching for evidence of a long-forgotten form of ancient magic.
Ancient magic?
Yes, a powerful magic wielded by a rare few that seems to have been lost to time. Hogwarts Castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic. I don't know where she came into possession of the portkey, but I am certain it was to do with that search. Ah, there's the path down below. This way.
But sir, why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Miriam wanted to understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do. But magic is no different than any power. What really matters is the one who wields it.
ice.
It's not cold enough here. It appears to be a sort of enchantment. Someone wanted to block this path. Let's see some of that wand work you were practicing. Focus on the center. Excellent! That was a bit rougher than I'd expected. Your wand work's improving with every cast.
Thank you, sir.
Ah! Up there! We're close now. It's just ahead. Steady yourself! Reparo! Almost there!
Why would someone have built this here?
I suspect they valued their privacy. That portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
Professor, it's a mural of some kind.
Perhaps our host was a noted seer. Interesting.
That enchanted crystallized stone again. But what could it be blocking? What's this? Professor Fig!
How odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's that glow again, like the glow on the portkey container.
What in Merlin's name? Godric's heart.
Where are we?
I don't believe it.
Hello?
It can't be. Just a moment. Ooh. Where are we here?
How many vaults are there in Gringotts?
Hundreds. In fact, you'll see quite a few on our way to vault number 12. As we speak, we're just beneath the main lobby. The vaults you see now are the newest.
Are private entrances to the bank common at Gringotts?
They are most uncommon. Only one with great wealth or power, or both, could have arranged for such a service. You'll want to take a breath.
A what? That waterfall washes away all enchantments. It's a security measure.
Experienced the thief's downfall before, have you?
Heard of it?
These are the lower vaults that we're passing now.
How deep are we going?
Vault number 12 was commissioned shortly after Gringotts was founded over 4 centuries ago. It resides in the deepest part of the bank. Settle in. We've quite a distance to go.
Vault number?
Vault 12. Momentous day.
On your way.
Professor, the armband that guard was wearing was glowing.
Like the glow you saw on the portkey container?
No, darker. I saw that same glow on the dragon's collar.
Yeah, what was that? We were just wondering about that goblin back there.
He watches over the oldest section of the bank. Rare anyone goes there anymore. Here we are.
When was the last time this vault was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at my desk for hundreds of years. In that time, no one has visited Vault 12 until today. Vault 12.
Thank you for your help.
What do you suppose we should be looking for?
I'm not sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait!
Best of luck.
Professor?
That was certainly unexpected. Let me think. There must be something here. Revelio, perhaps?
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present. Let's see what we're missing, shall we? Ready your wand and focus.
Revelio. There! I saw something.
Move a bit closer and try again.
A door.
Well, that's a start. There's that symbol again. I don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That symbol has the same glow as the one I saw on the portkey container.
If what you can see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the secret of this vault. Lead the way. Lumos! This is no ordinary vault. I suspect
Revelio.
we need to earn our way out of here.
What do you mean, earn our way out? Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do. But to what end, I can't say. Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
I see something up ahead.
What is it?
That glow again, but on the floor.
Lumos! What happened?
When I moved towards the glow, it suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
Are you all right?
Yes, sir, I'm fine.
You seem to have caused the floor to change.
That statue?
What statue?
I see some sort of statue, but only as a reflection in the floor. Revelio.
I presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's positions don't match. Wait. When you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Perhaps you should...
Revelio.
Boss.
Lumos.
Well done.
Now the reflection's turning towards me. It does follow the light.
Look out!
Protego!
Accio! Descendo! Levioso! Deposo! Exposo! Deposo! Levioso! Descendo! Levioso! Confrido! Exposo! Deposo! Levioso! Confrido! Protego! Descendo! Confrido! Deposo! Levioso! Exposo! Descendo! Exposo! Deposo! Exposo! Defendo!
Professor! Professor Fig! Professor, where are you? This isn't good. Where am I supposed to go? What's happening? The wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. That's where they're leading me. That glow again. Lumos. Lumos. Revelio. I suppose I'm on my own this time. Lumos. To align these statues with their reflections. It seems I have no choice. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here. Lumos. Lumos.
Hello? Are you there?
Professor Fig!
Yes. Godric's heart, I'm glad you're all right. I'm somehow back in the entry room to the vault.
I don't see a way to open the door.
There must be something. I'll keep looking over here.
There you are. How did you... What is this place?
I don't know. But I found this floating above that basin.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories. I wonder... Follow my lead.
All is in place.
The portkey is well hidden.
Perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created...
May be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounds... Oh! Oh. Oh. Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to. Good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Phineas, Nigellus.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
I'm looking forward to meeting my professors and learning all I can at Hogwarts.
Indeed. Hogwarts has much to offer a dedicated student. And what you learn in class will prepare you for challenges outside the classroom as well.
A sense of adventure? I like to think that I'm not afraid of anything.
Oh, but you're brave at heart. Exceptionally daring. Undaunted by the unknown. Willing to forge ahead alone when you must. Perhaps you belong in Gryffindor. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power. You belong in Slytherin!
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether. But don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room. I suppose some introductions are in order.
Well, I suppose... No. Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Checkmate.
Told you. They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you and Fig. I could have lured that drag.
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Are you a keen Wizard chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Nothing yet. I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new fifth-year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor.
Very... Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my club, and we'll see.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies.
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment? Unfold it. The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, basic cast. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso!
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it. Levioso!
Class, I hope you were paying attention. That is how you cast Levioso.
I know.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what? I demand a All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
That light is behind me! I promise! What do you want? Get away!
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit.
We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Get back to the lesson.
I think it's for the best. And then the werewolves join the goblins.
Goblins, werewolves, werewolves.
Revelio.
And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't Boots and it wasn't Flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black!
Revelio.
Here! Behind you! There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin?
welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember... I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with magic. Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your... That's it! Excellent control there. Very good. Stay focused. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sporting. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this. There we go.
Accio.
Not to worry.
Here we go. That is how it's done.
That's it.
Watch this. Nicely done.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. There we go. Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind.
Accio.
Happens to the best of us.
Be sharp. Watch this. done.
Accio!
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done. Took me weeks to become proficient.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts.
Of course, you can use Accio.
A word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Revelio.
There are a few students here I'd like to send help to.
Worth studying with the potions. No!
Scared you!
Revelio. Revelio.
someone really ought to banish him. For good.
Ugh.
As far as I can see, the only potion
Sometimes I'm not fully sure.
Revelio.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details. In that...
I'm not sure I have time for extra assignments, Professor.
You shall find the time. You'd be astonished to know just how much you don't know. In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd
like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable... What? No time?
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Accio! Revelio! Levioso! Accio! Got it. Professor, why must I complete these tasks?
They are meant to give you first-hand experience. Good luck, and I shall see you soon.
A flying page must be around here somewhere. Revelio! Accio! Lumos! Levioso! Lumos! Here!
If only a new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Are you alright?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
I'm sorry the other students weren't more friendly.
That's kind of you. I suppose there are a few decent souls. Are you familiar?
Gobstones? Sounds like a fun challenge.
That's what I tried to tell everyone. People can be so...
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Revelio! Professor, why must I complete these tasks?
They are meant to give you first-hand experience as you proceed.
Revelio. Professor, why must I complete these tasks?
They are... Good luck, and I shall see you...
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Accio. Levioso. Accio.
Well, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
My parents.
Levioso.
Lumos.
Accio.
Lumos. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Accio. Accio.
Lumos.
Levioso. Accio. Revelio.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
It's a good thing the owlery is away from the rest of the school.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Revelio. Accio.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. That's the last of Zenobia's gobstones. I should go and see her.
Revelio.
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
I hope you've had more luck than I did tracking down my gobstones.
Hello, Zenobia. I found all your gobstones.
Really? I didn't think it was possible. However did you do it?
Common sense and basic magic.
Well, may I have my gobstones back?
Of course. They are yours after all.
Oh, how wonderful. I shall dedicate.
I'm sure they'd be willing to play after the trouble spent getting them back.
Awful when they ask you a question.
Use the light transfiguration.
Revelio.
I don't think I'm ready for this just yet. I should come back to this another time. Perhaps I'll come back to this.
Revelio.
I don't think I can do this now. Best to come back.
Revelio. 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 Revelio.
There's something in there.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I...
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
Whoever decided to make Professor Black headmaster of Hogwarts must have been the victim of a flock of wolves. Out of their minds.
Revelio.
Accio.
Levioso.
Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby. This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it?
There was something else too. A dash of powder.
Revelio.
Lumos. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
Something Professor Shah is
Ha! I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Perhaps mind what you're doing there.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Professor Weasley takes her role seriously, since Black clearly has no interest in his.
I thought about transferring to both Battens just to get away from Professor Black and his iron fist. But then I remembered that I don't speak French.
I thought Professor Black would get rid of all the Muggle-born students. Too much to hope for, I suppose.
Personally, I think if the thing you're best at is herbology, it means you're soft-hearted.
Thought I'd impress Garlic by showing her my Mimblus Mimbletonia. Squirted stink sap all over myself.
Obviously, the best greenhouse is the one with the dangerous plants.
Can't seem to get the smell of dragon dung out of my robes after that last herbology class. Suppose it's better than stink sap, but not by much.
Have you finished your herbology essay? I was only about to finish still. Even that was about beating me.
I'm not looking forward at all to learning about the snark. There's a reason that thing has thorns.
Last time I saw the dragon, vegetable plants in the greenhouse. Perhaps Garlic.
I mistook a Snargalupod for a Pufflepod the other day in herbology. Won't be making that mistake again anytime soon.
I've heard that Isaac Cooper receives several owls a week from secret admirers. I suppose he is rather dashing.
I can't wait till my sisters are at Hogwarts Legacy. Their turn to send the owls home.
I need to stop by the owlery. Far too long since I've sent a letter home.
Why would anyone bother sending secret love letters? If you want to win me over, just treat me to a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
My little brother sends me letters chock full of questions about Hogwarts. Merlin helps us when he starts here next year.
I need to catch up on my letter writing. I think my owl's getting cobwebs.
My mother was shocked the first time I sent her an owl from Hogwarts. She'd never seen anything like it. She's a Muggle, so of course that makes sense. Oh, don't make that face.
Have you ever wondered how owls know where to deliver their letters? Magic, I suppose.
Frankly, I'd rather limit my excursions to Hogsmeade these days. Too much distraction.
I prefer the Three Broomsticks to the Hogshead. Sirona's a much better conversationalist than Jasper Trout.
I can appreciate Hogsmeade all year round, but there's nothing like it after a fresh coat.
My aunt says I should get to Hogsmeade as often as I can. Says it's good to get out of the castle sometimes.
We're quite fortunate the school's so close to Hogsmeade. There's nothing like it in all of Bristol, you know. About the only place that doesn't come with the risk of encountering a Muggle.
The last time I was at Dogmead and Deathcap, Madam Green had everything from Disney seeds to Shrivelfigs. Just be careful not to upset her though, or she might set a venomous tentacular on you.
My sister organised Quidditch practice all summer to prepare for this year. She was most upset when it was cancelled.
Wonder what Kagawa thinks of Quidditch being cancelled. Bet she's fuming.
How in the world did people ride broomsticks before the invention of the cushioning charm?
Time to trade in my Oaksharp 79 for a newer model.
If you lean forward on your broom just right, you can get an incredible burst of speed.
Wish our common room was bigger. I can never find enough space to spread out my star charts.
I heard that someone cast a Confundus charm on a Ravenclaw Scorpion, but they couldn't answer the riddle.
I bet Garlic had a say in it. Why else would it be the only common room with plants? She's obviously showing favoritism.
They really shouldn't allow food and drinks in the common room. Stepped in a puddle of butterbeer the other day. Better than failed potion, I suppose.
Why would Helga Hufflepuff have you tap on barrels though? That's the only thing that mystifies me.
Let's be sure we make some time to study later then. The common room's a bit rowdy at night, so I've taken to using the library.
The chairs in the common room are too comfortable. Closed my eyes for 2 seconds the other day. Woke up 2 hours after charms.
I suspect most Slytherins would prefer not to be in a dungeon myself.
I'd imagine the Hufflepuff common room smells the most delicious on account of it being so close to the kitchen.
Madam Kagawa's getting an easy run of things, isn't she? What with Quidditch being cancelled.
awful if you're sat near someone and they're trying to pass notes about. Half the time I get the blame, and Hecate has no tolerance for that, I can tell you.
It was perfect for stargazing the other night. There was a cloud in the sky. I've never seen the heavens so clear. Do you think that's a bad omen?
Frankly, I'd rather limit my excursions to Hogsmeade these days. Too much distraction.
Anyone fancy going to Brood and Peck with me? I've been wanting to go for ages. My friend said they have very high quality feathers, and I need one for my job and all. Can't remember why.
My friends and I lose track of the time whenever we're at the Three Broomsticks. Nearly missed exams one year, we were so engrossed in our buses.
I'm saving up for a new broom. Reckon I'll be going for the Yew-Weaver, or possibly the Silver Arrow. I'll be weak, so he'll give me a good price on them too.
I can appreciate Hogsmeade all year round, but there's nothing like it after a fresh snowfall.
My aunt says I should get to Hogsmeade as often as I can. Says it's good to get out of the castle sometimes.
My house broom will do me fine for a while, I'm sure. My parents keep promising me something to make up for the fact that they spoil my sister rotten. I think we'll just tell them to kick me out with a wind whistle from Stintwitches and we'll call it even.
Weasley said she always found the dormitory a good place to read. Better than the library.
I'd never risk leaving things in the dormitory without a mug or any charm. What? It's highly logical.
I'm just having my own bedroom. One of the girls in our room recites potion recipes in her sleep. Another sings. Another mumbles incantations.
I've taken to studying during the day in our dormitory. No one's there and I can practice my craft to my heart's content.
I thought it would be hard adjusting to sharing rooms, but I rather enjoy the company.
I suppose one could smuggle a cat into the dormitory. One as well as a disillusion of a child.
I find the girls to be messier than trolls, truth be told.
I prefer to study in the library. It's always much too loud in the common room.
I like sitting around the fire in the common room after a long day, especially if we've had potions. Much cozier than the Great Hall.
If you ask any Hufflepuff, they'll tell you there's a badger in their common room.
Sometimes we use that to just me. Well, one time we did, in the common room. Mind you, it was the only seat there, and I did ask them to.
Wish our common room was bigger. I can never find enough space to spread out my star charts.
Always tell the first year Hufflepuff, reek of vinegar.
There was a rumour on the barrels of Christmas how often you get a present.
Yes, but if we had a round of gobstones in the common room, it would save us catching cold outside.
I bet Garlic had a say in it. Why else would it be the only common room with plants? She's obviously showing favoritism.
I'd wager the Hufflepuff common room's the coziest of them all. Simply the fact that it's so close to the kitchens makes it seem more homely.
They really shouldn't allow food and drinks in the common room. Stepped in a puddle of butterbeer the other day. Better than failed potion, I suppose.
Why study in the common room when you can be outside in the fresh air? I'd rather be in the courtyard than a musty old library any day.
Let's be sure we make some fun studying. The common room will get rowdy and late, so I'll take it to use the library.
Why would Helga Hufflepuff have you tap on barrels though? That's the only thing that mystifies me. You shouldn't get so upset in her energy. The rate you're going, you need a calm.
Chinese chomping cabbage. Not that I'm going to find out much of it.
No better feeling than plunging your hands into greenhouse soil. Unless you accidentally uproot baby mandrake.
I'm trying to grow some asphodel in the greenhouses. Such a beautiful flower. I almost hate trying out the roots for potions.
Garlic asked me to explain to the class the main use of plants. I said picking them. What?
How do owls know where to deliver their letters?
It's a good thing the owlery is away from the rest of the school. quite the aroma in there.
I do get nervous when the owls fly into the great hall. One's bound to crash into me eventually. Yes, it is.
I need to stop by the owlery. Far too long since I've sent a letter home.
I wish I received letters from home more often. I like knowing what my sisters are up to. The youngest is learning to genome the garden.
I don't think owls make very good pets. You can't snuggle up to them the way you can with a cat.
My little brother sends me letters chock full of questions about Hogwarts. Merlin help us when he starts here next year.
Hogwarts must have hundreds of owls in the owlery. Wonder there's any mice left.
Wish someone would send me a love letter. Doubt that'll ever happen. Life seems rather dull in the hamlets around here. I'd much rather live in a big city like London.
Rumour has it there's an abandoned manor near Barganside. No one knows what happened to the family. Think I'll stay close to the castle.
Patrick Redding is surprisingly fonder, considering he runs a shop as fun as Honeydew.
Apparently Marion was having a bit of a poacher problem. I wonder if that's still the case.
I hear Outer Hogsfield is lovely. Or was it Lower Hogsfield? Well, both Hogsfields.
I adore the hamlets near the coast. They're a bit damp, but ever so picturesque.
Certainly sound like you have an opinion on this.
The other girls and I were up all night reading letters to my secret admirer. They're very jealous of me, I'm sure.
I'm not entirely in agreement with what you're saying, but I do see your point.
I think rules against beasts in the dormitories should be enforced, just because it was a puppy.
I do wish I had a bigger trunk, though.
My favourite room in the school is the library. It always smells of fresh parchment.
I adore spending sunny afternoons in the viaduct courtyard. Wonderful place to practice Accio on other students' books.
Why would Slytherin put this common room in the dungeon? So dreary. Perhaps that's the point.
I wonder how we'd get into Black's office. Not that I'd want to go in, mind you. Well, not that he's there.
Wish I could sneak into the other common room. Just for an hour or so. I prefer the 3 broomsticks in Hogshead. Sirona's a much better conversationalist than just a trout.
Frankly, I'd rather limit my excursions to Hogsmeade these days. Too much distraction.
If I had to pick one shop I could be glad rag, Mr. Hill is always very helpful with the time.
I can appreciate Hogsmeade all year round, but there's nothing like it up for a fresh snow.
I'm saving up for a new broom. Reckon I'll be going to the new room and possibly a silver color. Albie Weeks said he'll give me a good price on this too.
We're quite fortunate the school's so close to Hogsmeade. There's nothing like it in all of Britain, you know. About the only place that doesn't come with the risk of encountering a muggle.
The last time I was at Dogweed and Death Camp, Madam Green had everything from Dittany seeds to shrivel figs. Just be careful not to upset her, though, or she might set a venomous tentacular on you.
I hope I'm wealthy enough one day to buy every broom model at Spintwitches.
There are some impressive new brooms at Spintwitches.
Wouldn't it be romantic to fly amongst the stars? Even Professor Shaw might think so. Or not.
I don't like flying on a broom. I prefer the safety of a thestral-drawn carriage. Nothing wrong with that.
I wish I was an animal that could fly. A raven or an owl. Then I wouldn't need my own broom.
I'd imagine the Hufflepuff common room smells the most delicious on account of it being so close to the kitchen.
I know what you mean.
The chairs in the common room are too comfortable. Closed my eyes for 2 seconds the other day. Woke up 2 hours after charms.
I suspect most Slytherins would prefer not to be in a dungeon, myself.
I bet Garlic had a say in it. Why else would it be the only common room with plants? She's obviously showing favoritism.
I heard that someone cast a confundus charm on a Ravenclaw courtier so they couldn't answer the riddle.
I'd be glad if they let us convene at the Three Broomsticks instead.
Wish our common room was bigger. I can never find enough space to spread out my star charts.
I prefer to study in the library. It's always much too loud in the common room.
I can't believe she's desperate. And why should I be impressed anyway? Anyone can find a dead person like her. She's a little liar.
Our neighbour at home knows someone who's related to the inventor of Skelegro. It's true. Limfrid of Stinchcombe, his name was.
I shrugged them up once. I did. Don't give me that look. You weren't there.
When I fell off my broom and broke 6 bones, they said they'd never seen Skelegro work so fast.
I've learned almost all of the Goblin rebellions off by heart. You can test me. Go on, test me.
All of my relatives work at the ministry. Every one of them. I suppose I'll probably be a higher up there one day. Let's just stay in with me.
There was a rumour the barrels of Christmas would get a present.
Sometimes the prefect sits next to me. Well, one time they did, in the common room. Mind you, it was the only seat there, and I did ask them.
They really shouldn't allow food and drinks in the common room. Stepped in a puddle of butterbeer the other day. Better than failed potion, I suppose.
You always tell the first year Hufflepuff. Reek of vinegar.
If you ask any Hufflepuff, they'll tell you there's a badger in their common room.
I rated the Hufflepuff common room because simply the fact that it's so close to the kitchen makes it seem more homely.
I like sitting around the fire in the common room after a long day, especially if we've had potions. Much cozier than the Great Hall.
I think Garlic has that venomous tentacular nearest deliberately. She does. You see next time.
Wish I could have studied here when Philida Spore was headmistress. Greatest herbologist of all time. I've read 1,000 magical herbs and fungi at least 1,000 times.
Obviously, the best greenhouse is formed of dangerous plants.
Perhaps you can meet me after herbology and show me how I'm supposed to do that thing with the soil? I'm sure Garlic wouldn't mind us going to one of the greenhouses to practice.
I mistook a Snargleupperpod for a Pufflepod the other day in herbology. Won't be making that mistake again anytime soon.
Personally, I think if the thing you're best at is herbology, it means you're soft-hearted. And why is she always holding his hand? I've cleaned them.
Poor Susan in those second-hand robes. Looks like her grandmother in them. Smells like her too.
Got called on to read out loud a history of magic that day. Stumbled over all the words. I think I even bored bins. That's saying something.
Did you see Claire's hair today? She tried a colour-changing charm on it, and it's essentially the colour of dragon dung.
All I can say is, inside my notebooks. It's clear Ronan would have preferred a light.
I wonder if you learned different things about astronomy at Uwakadu. Although I can't see anyone being as passionate about it as Shah.
Wouldn't be surprised if Professor Binns bored himself to death with one of his history lectures.
Sharp was in a mood the other day. Not a single student got their sleeping draft right, and he vanished the contents of every cauldron in the room with one cast.
Ronan certainly employs creative teaching methods. While I don't always enjoy his game, I can admire the enthusiasm.
In my opinion, divination is a load of rubbish. Professor Anai seems so logical. I don't understand how she believes the things she teaches.
Yes, Professor Binns does drone on a bit. But have you ever got him really talking about Goblin Rebellion? Knows everything. Still boring, but impressive. Woolly jumpers are a nightmare for getting in the trunk. If you put your shoes in there as well, smell.
I've seen the boys looking very sheepish lately.
I can't even cast Lumos for 2 seconds to do a bit of late-night reading without my dormmates getting riled up.
I don't trust any of the boys. You find one venomous tentacular on your pillow and you don't soon forget.
thought it would be hard adjusting to sharing a room, but I rather enjoy the company.
I've taken to studying during the day in our dormitory. No one's there and I can practice my cast to my heart's content.
I miss having my own bedroom. One of the girls in our room recites potion recipes in her sleep, another sings, and another mumbles incantations.
We're going to see who can stay out for later. Sleeping drafts should ensure my victory.
Yes, but if we had a round of gobstones in the common room, it would save us catching cold outside.
I heard that someone cast a Confundus charm on a Ravenclaw courtier so they couldn't answer the riddle.
I'd be glad if they let us convene at the Three Broomsticks instead.
Let's be sure we make some kind of study. The common room's a bit rowdy of late, so I'm taking to use the library.
I suspect most Slytherins would prefer not to be in a dungeon, myself. I'm glad there's a Slytherin in charge of the school, willing to make the hard decisions.
Do you suppose Black's children are as condescending and ill-tempered as he is?
I doubt there's ever been a headmaster as hated as Black. Dubious honor indeed.
Howard should be kept in the oldest pureblood family, like Black. Wouldn't want riff-raff running things. That's what my mother said.
How much longer do you think Black will be headmaster? I have family in America. Wonder if I could transfer to Ilvermorny and come back when he's gone.
I thought Professor Black would get rid of living Muggle-born students. Too much to pay for, I suppose.
It must be difficult to live in those remote hamlets with the Ashwinders running around.
I should like to retire to a small hamlet when I'm older. One just like Brockborough.
Have you ever visited any of the hamlets outside of here?